Hello, what's up guys? I'm Kyle from KGR, and the amazing Yamaguchi Hawks has more pictures shown off. We're finally seeing a painted prototype, and it looks good. And we have a cat. Hello, Chloe. But anyway, it looks great. However, I do have some concerns, which I will address those towards the end. But let's take a look at these pictures, and we also have a little bit of a price and a somewhat estimate release date. No pre-orders just yet. But when pre-orders go up, I'll update the description, I'll make a community post, I'll let you guys know when it's available. But without further ado, let's take a look at these pictures. First up, a huge thank you and shout out to JM Animation over here. He's one of my friends. He's the one who actually showed me the pictures and lets me know when all this stuff is happening for the amazing Yamaguchi figures. He's a really cool kid and does amazing work. He even does like stop motion reviews. They're actually really awesome. So if you haven't checked out his channel already, I'll leave a link in the description for that. Like, again, he's one of my friends. So hopefully one day I'll have him on the stream, but we'll see what happens. He sent me the pictures on Twitter, but thankfully they're all up on this website as well. So my figure collection, this is where I get a good chunk of my news as well. So check that out. So first, here's the figure himself. Like, this is the first pictures that we see, and he looks cool. He looks really cool. And then the next thing that we see is this is going to be his effects part. Now, normally with any other amazing Yamaguchi figure, they come off with this comic-like effect spelt word, like swoosh, for example. This is going to be his effect. He's not going to have any of those like word onomatopoeias. I think that's what the word is. Onomatopoeias. He doesn't come with any onomatopoeias, but he does come with this. So that looks cool. I dig it. And depending on how your shelving looks, you could make it look seamless too. And next up, we get a good look on what the faces are going to look like. So we have three faces. We got a serious frown, a little smirk, and an open mouth. For some reason, we got a little black part right here. I'm not sure what the story is behind that one, so we'll figure that out. And here we also got him compared to Endeavor, because these are actually going to be launched pretty close to each other, hopefully. And they're pretty much partnered with each other throughout the show. So I'm excited to see them actually look together in person. And we can also see how his hair is a little bit articulated, so he can look up with no issues. And of course, both of them being in action, and oh man. Oh man, this looks so good. And then we got a couple of solo shots of him. And again, looking great, looking brilliant, looking very flexible. Then this is just a stock image that they would probably have for pre-orders. And they got him with a can of, what, Fox coffee? A can of coffee? Okay, fine, whatever. Then this is most of his accessories. Now, the biggest thing that JM Animation actually pointed out is that the fact that like they're actually putting out swappable eyes again. Because with Todoroki, they made it so it was only face swaps, like no interchangeable eyes. And there was a little bit of quality control issue during that. So it was nice to see them go back to this. But I'm down for whatever. With the swappable faces, it makes it just easier to customize again. But this does leave less room for error. But with Midoriya, his eyes would fall out of his face. So, I don't know. Again, quality control isn't the best. At least not with the first run. Now, this is most likely the pose I'm going to go with. But this is a thing that actually brings me the most concern. Look at his back right here. This kind of has me concerned on not only just the look, but also his balance. I want to get more into that soon because I want to go over the rest of the pictures before I address my concerns. So let's keep going. You can also see that he could actually take his little goggles off and actually hold them, so that's really nice. But it's also crazy to see how we can have a huge wingspan like this and then go back to something like this. I wonder how that actually is going to play out in person, because we can't really tell too much, but just the thought of that is incredible. And then we also got these little chicken wing looking things over here, like when he brings out all of his feathers and he's got like nothing left. So I'm happy to add that attention to detail there. And also an effect where he's like shooting out some of his little feathers. That looks amazing. I love this. Now let's address some of the concerns I have for this. First up, since his goggles can come off, I'm concerned how easily they're going to fall off, because with Amazing Yamaguchi, the typical rule of thumb that I notice is this thing looks cool, but there's an issue. Like with Midoriya, his eyes will fall out of his face. With Bakugo, he would just fall apart altogether as you're playing with him. All Might, his ankles and neck were very weak for some reason. Like with Todoroki, the eye painting wasn't the best, but still a good looking figure. So my main concern is, does he really need this stand to keep himself balanced? Because like, if the goggles fall off, that's whatever. Like, we'll get used to that. We can make some modifications to fix that. Which, even though these pictures look great, I'm concerned, how can you hide that? Is that going to be much of an issue to try and hide? Or what's the story with that? Because when I see this, it kind of reminds me of the older Fullmetal Alchemist figures from Reveltech. I think it's from like just regular Yamaguchi, not amazing Yamaguchi. So I hope this is not as ugly in person like how it is here. But if we look at this picture, we can see that he can like keep himself well balanced. But he gotta bring the wings quite forward to make it balanced. But then again, this is a picture. Like this could be mocked up a little bit. Because we see with Bakugo, like with the blast effects on him, but in reality, his joints aren't strong enough to hold all of those effect parts on him. So my main concerns are the goggles, the look on his back, and overall his balance. But for what we can see in these pictures, I love how flush the eyes look on his face. Like, I feel like it's a good middle ground on like making the eyes look painted on, but having that customization of having swappable eyes. I feel like, at least from the prototype, it looks solid. And also, can we just say how cool it is that we can finally have a figure put his hands in his pockets? Like, those are going to be like swappable parts. Like, that's going to be its own dedicated hand to give off that effect. But I've had to like fake that kind of effect, like with some action figure poses I've done. Like, it's annoying. So seeing that in person, like, that looks nice. I love that. So according to my figure collection, we got an expensive price point. If you convert it, it's gonna be close to $95 US, and that's if you import it from Japan directly. That's not including the big bad toy store markup or any US distributor markup. And from what it looks like, it's gonna be coming out in December, just like Endeavor. Each of those figures are about $100 a piece. So December is going to be an expensive month, and I am not looking forward to that. But I'm most likely going to be doing a review on this figure when this comes out. So if you want to see that, make sure you sub and let me know in the comments if you want to see that. But yeah, this looks incredible, but my concerns are definitely there. I'm definitely a little nervous for this thing. But let me know in the comments. Do you plan on picking this up yourself? Do you have any concerns on this figure? I mean, I do have a few concerns, but again, I'm gonna try to be optimistic. I'm really excited to see in person how well he like folds up his wings and having a full wingspan as well. Like, that looks sick. But that's it for the video. So if you're new and you like what you saw, you know what to do. In the description, there's gonna be my social media, and if you want to pre-order this figure, there'll either be links in the description or also in my community tab. As of this recording, there's no pre-orders, but in time, they'll be there. Anyway, thank you for watching. I love you guys to death, and I'll see you on the next one. So peace.